Hey everybody, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Hanna.
And welcome to Barefaced. Hey Hanna.
Hey Sarah.
And hello, beautiful listeners. Welcome back to Barefaced.
Yes, welcome.
So we thought to round up the end of January and start the beginning of February, we'd start our series called All Used Up, which is an Empties series.
Yes.
So we have picked 4 products each, and then we're going to share an additional product each on our Instagram page after this episode goes live. So I think we should jump right into it because we have a lot to talk about and we usually blabber on a lot.
And did you say you said that we each had 4 products, right?
4 products. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason that we limited ourselves to 4 products plus the bonus Instagram one is because we know that we talk a lot and we get off topic. So we wanted to somewhat keep it streamlined and get organized.
To be fair, I feel like it was easy for me to have 4 products this month because I've been collecting them. Yeah. I don't know how easy it's going to be moving forward to have 4 empties a month. Or maybe we'll do it like every other month or something.
Well, I will say this. I used to keep my empties and I ran out of space. And honestly, I was just really sick and tired of keeping old products when I could just easily recycle them. So Right now I have a running list of stuff that I've finished. And it might not be stuff that I've necessarily finished this month because, as Sarah said, it could be hard to have 4 products you finish every single month. But these, I don't know, the ones I'm going to mention are some that I've finished in the past at least 2 months, and they're still like fresh in my mind. Yeah.
100%. Before we do jump in, I have a question for you. So today was a sad day. I officially finished my deep swipe.
Oh,
my pharmacy.
No. Deep swipe. Why do you want to say deep swipe?
I don't know. It sounds better in my brain. But okay. I realized I have like 1 or 2 like sample toners. And then I have my ordinary glycolic toner, which I'm not.
Oh, I have that.
I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's a little harsh for me personally.
It's very strong. Yeah.
Which is funny because I feel like it's not that high a percentage of glycolic, but I digress. Yeah. So I wanted your opinion. That's a whole other topic for another time. Yeah. We can do a whole episode on the ordinary because I have thoughts.
Yeah. But, you can lead that.
I'm trying to figure out what toner. Do I just repurchase deep sweep? I kind of want to try the Paula's Choice liquid 2% because I've never done that. So I think I might order from Derm Store because I've never done that either. And get the La Creme concentrate because we've been raving about. Well, you've been raving about it,
right? Okay. Well, I admit I know it's supposed to be dry January, whatever that means, and whatever capacity that means for you. But Paula's Choice was having a sale on their exfoliants, and so I purchased the full size of the 2% BHA because I will soon not have a mailing address and I will have to get stuff shipped to my parents. So I decided to order the stuff I wanted now and that'll carry me.
So they don't judge you?
Yes. Yes. And also because I'm going to be living 3.5 hours away from them. Like I'm not going to be able to order stuff. So I ordered some backups of stuff that I knew I would want within the next 4 months.
True.
Yeah.
True.
But back to your question, it depends what you want. Do you basically want another deep sweep, but you kind of want to try something new and exciting?
Yeah, I've really been liking using that in conjunction with like a super hydrating essence at night and then doing just hydration the rest of my day. I did look at some couple drugstore products. So Versed did have one that I was like a vitamin C brightening glycolic that I think was like.
Oh, you know which one is really good is the Pixie one.
I love that glow. I was thinking about that too.
Oh, that one.
But I kind of want to try something I've never tried.
Okay, yeah.
And I do love Glow Tonic.
If you haven't tried the Pixie one, by the way, just for listeners, if you haven't tried the Pixie Glow, the Glow Toner, Glow Tonic, it's so good, and you can find it at Target, at CVS. Yeah, and it comes in a big bottle, comes in a small bottle. You can.
They have like a $5 one that's like
to try it out.
Ages, I remember.
Yeah, I will say I tried the pre-soaked pads. She came out with like pads, and I used those. Yeah, I used those to travel, and I didn't like them as much. I would recommend getting a small size and then just taking cotton swabs with you when you travel. I think they're better.
I agree.
I mean.
I'm thinking the Paula's Choice is going to be the most similar
Here's the thing. The Paula's Choice is also so good, and it's one of those like cult classics that you kind of see. I feel like you as a skincare person need to try it.
Okay.
If
That's
you were
all
dealing,
I needed to spend my money.
yeah. And if you were dealing more specifically with acne, I would say the Clinique acne toner is one of my favorites to have on hand. It is,
and that's also not expensive.
It is not expensive, and it's massive. Yeah, it's very good. It's mattifying. I mean, it's traditionally made for oily, acne-prone skin. So as a dry skin person, I do not use it all over my face unless I'm feeling super oily or I just really want to like deep clean or whatever. But I mostly use it as a spot treatment, or just like as a targeted area treatment. And then I make sure to follow it with a super hydrating moisturizer. But that is something that is kind of a always must have in my medicine cabinet.
Okay. I will have to, I think I'm going to look at Derm Store because I didn't want to just place an order on Paula's Choice because I'm kind of discovering it's hard to find if it's not on their website or Derm Store. Like it's not,
like they're very specific about their retailers.
Yeah. Cause I don't even think it was sold on Ulta because I was like, oh, I feel like.
No, they don't sell through Ulta. No.
Not at Ulta, not Sephora. So Derm Store might be the answer. And I might just like browse some other things. I know I have the Tarte Knockout toner. Like I have 2 little bottles of that and I've used it before. And I think I'm definitely suffering a lot more with acne right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try
I mean, you can also look on Derm Store. They have a line called Obagi.
I've heard great things.
Yes. And actually the, oh my God, there's that toner, the P50 something that everyone likes. It's in a gold bottle. You can only get it through this one retailer in the US. I'm making a note right now to have it for next, Biologique something. And my friend uses it and loves it. And it's this cult classic toner or whatever. And I've always wanted to try it. And I'm going to, I'll look it up and I will have everything. I'll have the information for next week's podcast because I want to try it and I can't remember what it's called.
That's the thing I'm really struggling with is I was noticing our list of empties and like mine is very Sephora heavy. And as much as I love Sephora, like every product I have is from Sephora. 2 are like Sephora exclusives. So I need to work on branching out. That's like, I think my goal for 2021 is not spending a shit ton of money on products. I want to try and find affordable things that are still really good.
Yes.
And I want to support some smaller businesses and some Black-owned businesses. I think for me, that's something I need to get better at.
I mean, that's definitely a focus. And I think that we could do a whole episode on that, is some of our smaller stores that either we have purchased from or that we have on our list to purchase from. You know, I mean, I worked for a small retailer for 4 years and I met many small business owners. I had to think about the words that were coming out of my mouth there for a second. I had like a total brain.
It is a little bit late, fog. I will say. Late being 9 p.m., but
yeah. But late. I mean, also I will say, you know, you worked at Sephora. You worked in a Sephora. You worked with people who worked at Sephora. So it doesn't surprise me that the products that you use are mostly from Sephora because as much as you did purchase from them, it was also the products that you were receiving. So
and I will say 3 out of the 4 of these were gifted. So that 100%
so
makes
disclaimer,
sense.
You know.
Disclaimer, I got 3 out of the 4 of my empties as gratis.
Right. And so I think when you know, so we'll list ours. I'm looking at mine and I think I got, well, one of them was like a VIB gift and one of them was a gratis gift and the other 2 I purchased, but I'll say which ones I received as gratis and if I would pay full price for those.
Full price.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's jump into yours first since.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll get us started.
Let's just go for it.
So my first one is actually from a small business. So the brand is called Kypris. It's Kypris. And this was one of the first brands that I worked with and sold in at my Denver-based job. And it's their Moonlight Catalyst. So this is a night serum. And it's a retinol alternative. So this was like my first foray into retinol alternatives because I had just graduated from college and, prior, any of my experience with retinol was go to the derm and get a prescription of Retin-A. So this was something that I was very excited about because, you know, obviously retinol alternatives, they advertise themselves to be more gentle, but give you similar, if not the same results, depending on how strong their marketing is. So what this is formulated with as their like retinol alternative is fermented pumpkin enzymes, which they say soften and refine your skin. It also contains willow bark extract, which, as we know, contains salicin, which is very similar to salicylic acid. So, you know, Burt's Bees, when I was in high school and I was looking for more natural alternatives, I would go to Burt's Bees and they had a willow bark cleanser, they had a willow bark toner, they had a willow bark spot treatment. So that's how I came to know, oh, okay, willow bark, if I see that. And then, you know, I just understood and learned later that obviously, you know, people use it as a natural form of salicylic acid. So the reason, actually, this is actually my third bottle. I have purchased it full price. I have received it as gratis. Yes. So the reason I like it so much. Oh, and by the way, the price is $98 for 1.59 fluid ounces.
Which is more than a typical serum.
It is in terms of the ounces.
Correct. Yes. I mean, that price is pretty on par with a retinol.
Right. It is an expensive product. I will say it lasts me up to 5 or 6 months because I only use it at night. So you have to think if a regular serum, if you're using it morning and night, it usually will last me about 3 months. So just kind of like double that. It comes in a dropper, which I like. I've mixed it with facial oils. I've mixed it with balms. I've mixed it with moisturizers. It all works really well. Nice. I find that I just get such a refined look to my skin. It helps to clear my skin. It acts just like a retinol would. I mean, without the irritation. Kypris in itself is a very, as I'm going to put my hands up, you guys can see, I'm putting quotes, natural, clean brand, but they are the ones when they were selling it to us, they were like, we're wild crafted. Now, in all honesty, I kind of have forgotten what that means, but they are super into sourcing their ingredients. Like that is incredibly important to them. So that also goes into the price a little bit. And they're a very sustainably focused brand. So another reason why I really like to support them. But yeah, I really loved the serum. If anyone out there is looking for a retinol alternative, this was, I mean, obviously I've gone through 3 of them and I have used my own money to purchase it. So I definitely love it. But it is expensive. You know, there is no getting around it. It is expensive.
But I'm one of those people where if it works, I'm okay spending that money.
So here's the thing. When I used it, I saw such a decrease in breakouts. I was like, okay, well, if this is where I'm going to spend my money and I don't have to buy a new cleanser or a new toner or a new treatment or go and buy a facial, you know, and stop trying all these things, then okay, I'm gonna build it into my budget, and then I'm just going to find a drugstore cleanser that I like, right? Exactly. If my cleanser is $7 instead of like 28 to 34, obviously it's a lot of money. I'm not saying it's not a lot of money. I'm just saying this is how I made it work for me. Yeah, I mean,
and everyone spends their money. I mean, I feel like we're just gonna get to this point where we won't have to defend our spending habits. But everyone spends their money differently.
Like this is a skincare podcast. We're not talking about like our cars, you know, like if I had the money to do that, I would put nice rims on my car and I would lift it, but I'm not. Like I'm spending it on skincare. So we're not talking about that.
Do you want to alternate? So like you do a product, I do a product, or do you want to do?
I think it's more fun if we alternate. Yeah.
Okay. So my first product is from one of my favorite brands, which is Sunday Riley.
Yes.
I have had I think maybe one Sunday Riley product that like I mediocre like. Almost everything I try from them, I love. This is their autocorrect eye cream. So this is $65 for half an ounce. And mine lasted me definitely pricey. And I mean, it is one of those clinical brands, right? So you are paying for the technology, you're paying for the ingredients. Sunday Riley in general is just a pricier brand.
Right.
And sometimes I can justify it and sometimes I can't. So this product was gifted to me. It lasted, I would say I can't put a pinpoint on it exactly. But I want to say it was like 5 or 6 months, excuse me. And I used it only during the day. So
okay.
I have found that for me and my under eyes, I like eye creams that have a little bit of like that pearlescent look. during the day.
Is this the one with mica in it?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Is that the one here? I'll help you. Is that the one that I tried that I gave back to you?
I don't think so.
Oh, wait, how many eye creams does Sunday Riley have?
Maybe they just have this one.
Okay, so if that's it, then that's the one that I couldn't use because the mica gives me mica. Yeah, it's so sad. I'm gonna say 95% of the products I try that have mica in it give me like red bumps. I've tried 2 eye creams and multiple face creams and primers with them, and I get red bumps all over my face.
I'm looking it up real quick to see if it does have that mica. But I will say what I like is that it has caffeine. It does have a ginseng in it, so it is very depuffing. I find it's extremely brightening, I loved it because I used it a lot right when COVID had started to hit. And I noticed that I could get away with either wearing less concealer or no concealer when I was using this during the day. Because I do have I don't want to say they're bad chronic dark circles, but like I definitely have genetic dark circles on top of bad allergies. So I have to use like a retinol eye cream at night. Right. And then I've been kind of switching out whatever brightening eye cream during the day. So I really liked this. I don't think it's something I would personally repurchase with my own money unless it was something where it was like a 20% off coupon, just because it is $65. And I feel like there are many options. Like if I'm going to pay $65 for an eye cream, I'd rather pay for like the Algenist one that I'm using right now, where not only am I getting those brightening benefits, it's anti-aging as well. Because I know from my skin personally, my under eye is going to be the area I see my age first. Because it started to go when I was like 22.
Your under eye, in terms of dark circles or in terms of like fine lines? Okay.
Both. And I mean, I smile a lot. So I have like
I'm just a happy person.
I'm just really happy. But I do in general I have a decent amount of lines already. And I wasn't using under eye cream until I started my career at Sephora. Right. And I noticed the second I started using an eye cream, I was like, oh shit, like those can go away when you take care of them.
Yeah. So here's also the disclaimer to anyone who is listening. We are aware that we're young. We are aware that people who might be older, who, are maybe rolling their eyes and saying, oh, you don't have fine lines. No, we only notice them because we're in the industry. But I will say that when my sisters turned 18, I gave them eye cream. And I was like, you're going to thank me for this later. It's not a gift. It's just like, if you're going to put moisturizer in your face, get something for your eye area, or at least bring up the moisturizer along the eye area. Like you're only helping yourself if you at minimum are hydrating it, which is honestly what I do now with one of my eye creams. It's just to hydrate.
It's just to hydrate. Yeah. And I think that's why I'm to the point in my life where the trend for, I think, a majority of the products I have today is like, I don't know if I would spend my own money because I don't know if I necessarily need them. They were gifted and I enjoyed them. Right. But like, I'm not even 30 yet. Like, yes, this is all preventative and it's never bad to prevent anti-aging, but if you're taking care of your skin, you don't necessarily need as much, in my opinion. Like if you're resurfacing your skin with an exfoliator every other day, your skin's turning over. It's producing new skin cells.
Right. And also like if you're not married to this skincare, there are other ones out there. I mean, you said ginseng 100%. Or whatever, or ginseng, and I immediately thought of ginseng from Origins.
It's $27. Like, honest to God, I didn't think about this till you just said it, but this is almost that exact same eye cream. I guarantee, like the results.
Wait, does that one also have mica? I'm gonna look it up.
It does. It has like a pearlescent reflection. There is mica in the autocorrect. I did look up the ingredient list.
Thing. Okay, and so here is just like one of the bones I have to pick is that let makeup be makeup, let skincare be skincare. And I know that I'm not in the majority for this, especially with a brightening eye cream or a brightening moisturizer. I get it that you want to put in the mica or put in whatever it is that you want to put in to give it that brightening boost, the pearly sheen. But that's not what I personally am looking for out of my skincare. If I want to brighten something, then I will go get a product that's in the makeup aisle. Like I know, again, I'm in the minority, but that is just my thing. Like I would have totally gone and put that on my list. And just because, well, A, because I have a reaction to mica, but B, because I don't want to have little stuff all over my eyes. I just want it to be a cream.
100%. And I'm looking at both ingredient lists. I did pull up the Origins. They are very similar. You can definitely tell that there's a difference. I think Origins to me looks a little bit more, per their marketing and their branding, a little bit more quote unquote natural. Sunday
Right.
Riley looks a little bit more punchy.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think I don't want to deep dive too far into ingredients because A, we'll be here forever. B, we're not doctors. But there is like
we
a
are not
PEG.
cosmetic chemists.
There's a PEG as a fourth ingredient in the Origins. So
Right.
that's where I would be more willing to pay for an autocorrect where I know that it's not in there.
Right. Okay. Fair.
Anyways, so that's my assessment. I really did love it. I think I'm liking my Alginist one a tiny bit more, and it's basically a similar sheeny brightening thing.
Got it.
Plus anti-aging.
So my next product is one that honestly I never thought I would like. And this was the, I think it was either a birthday gift or like a VIB points gift. Now I think about it, I think it was a VIB points gift. And it is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in their traditional berry. Now the full size of this is $22 for 20 grams, which is about 0.7 ounces. Now I was told, I mean, obviously I heard about this product, right? And then one of the girls I worked with, yes, it's huge. I mean, everyone heard about it, and it was all the ones that people were trying to replicate or be like, oh, like you'll use this, try this one or whatever. So a girl that I worked with in Denver tried it, and she's like, it honestly changed my life. You have to try it. And I was like, ugh, I just don't know. It's just a lip balm, right? I have plenty of lip balms. And like, you know, I honestly, I love Burt's Bees lip balms. I get them in the pack and I leave them everywhere in the house. They're like hair ties to me, you know, and they work super well. So when I got the opportunity to try this, I was like, okay, I mean, it's, you know, a free gift. I'm going to try it. Let me tell you, I missed that thing. Oh my God. I don't know what it is, but it actually was the only thing that got rid of my chapped lips. And I, for the life of me, can't figure out what it is in there because I've tried lip scrubs, right? You can just make it with brown sugar, a little bit of coconut oil, whatever, regular sugar, just put it on your lips. You can just take a washcloth and rub it on your lips. That'll exfoliate your lips. But this was the only thing that I actually woke up in the morning and I was like, oh my God, I actually could wear a lipstick today and it's not going to have that rough texture.
Yeah.
You know, that sometimes you get if you have super dry or chapped lips. So I was super, super surprised. And honestly, I would repurchase this if I had that kind of disposable income and wanted to treat myself. It's not a necessity. I think it's a nice gift to receive. I also think it's a nice gift to give.
How long did it last you, the travel size? Was it a while?
Yeah.
So because you had like a small one, right? As a gift?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I had it, I don't know, maybe like 4 months. Something like that.
That's not terrible.
It's really not that bad. You don't have to use a lot of it. I mean, what I would say is imagine a grain of rice and then just if you need more, just keep applying it or else you're going to use too much. And then I did end up using it during the day as well. You know, not every day because again, one of the reasons I like the Burt's Bees is that it's a tube form. So especially during coronavirus when you're not using your hands and you're not you're not, you know, trying to dirty your hands too often. Dipping my fingers into a pot wasn't something I was totally down with doing during the day, but at night, right, you put it on, you wash your hands, go to bed, whatever.
You might like their squeezy tube ones because they have squeezy tube ones for the day.
Yeah, I got from Laneige. Oh, I know, I saw those. Yes, I saw those. Again, if I had, I think this is not a necessary purchase. I really did like it, but I think it's more of like, I'm going to treat myself, you know, like I'd rather, because honestly, $22 is, you know, 2 burritos.
That's like a lipstick and like a travel size mascara.
Well, what brand lipstick?
I could get a MAC lipstick. Not that I'm really like into MAC lipsticks anymore. Let me rephrase. I could get an Urban Decay lipstick for $16, $17.
Okay. Yeah.
And then a travel size Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof. And it would be the same price as that lip balm.
All right. Well, then there you go. That's what Sarah would buy with her $22.
And I will say, this product specifically goes to show you that like we do disagree on products.
Oh yeah.
Because
Sarah
I
has
freaking
thoughts.
hate this lip mask.
Strong.
Strong. Okay, I don't hate it. That's really intense. But like I also got to try. I think we were together at 34th Street when we got
Probably. We spent a lot of time together.
We spent a lot
around.
of time and a lot of time in that specific Sephora.
Yes.
It was the biggest one in the country when we first moved to New York. So we were like, if anything is gonna be there, we should go there.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
That's
and then the Times
biggest
Square
one?
Nay. Times Square, they built that new Times Square store.
Oh, okay, right. That became the biggest one.
And then that became the biggest one.
Okay.
And that's an experience. Once stores open up again and like you're traveling, I definitely recommend going to that Times Square store. I got to go to the launch party, which was like the moment I knew I arrived. I went with like the brand we were working with and like our creator and a couple of like our team. And I felt so cool. Like I met like all these brand founders and like it was like there were influencers there and I was like, I've arrived. And then no one remembered me and like it was fine. But that Sephora is really, really cool to shop. And I think it's laid out really nicely. Okay. Anyways, marketing. Anyways, so I agree completely. I think the Laneige lip mask is definitely a like bougie product.
Yes.
But I did not notice any difference when I used it. I thought it actually dried my lips out more. And it might just be that like I have really prone chapped lips and I love the Bite Beauty lip mask, which had come out first, the one in the squeezy tube or the one in the pot.
Yeah.
It's more natural, again, quote unquote natural, but like they're all vegan now, the Bite ones. And I find that like the ingredient story in the Bite are just something I prefer. I know the Laneige is like a cult.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not speaking to the ingredients, the Laneige one. I don't really want to go into that because
I don't know what's in it.
I'm just going to disclaim that this is why it's so confusing, right? You can look up the ingredients, you can type them into Google, you can look up, you know, like inkycoder.com or whatever, paulachoice.com. They have a lot of different databases and resources out there that you can use to get information, right, about ingredients.
Yeah.
Someone literally said that this was a mineral oil free ingredient. And then I think one of the ingredients in there, I think like maybe the fourth or fifth one, whenever I looked it up, it said, you know, derived from mineral oil. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just not even going to dive into it. So I'm not.
I will say the texture is really nice.
Yes.
I personally, actually, I've tried the squeezy tube ones and I actually like those because they're almost like lip glossy with lip balm. So like, I just think for me, I'm also one of those people, like you'll kind of discover if something becomes too hypey, I want nothing to do with it. So like, for example, right now, like Bridgerton, I know it would be 100% up my alley. I know I would love it. It's Grey's Anatomy meets Pride and Prejudice, two of my favorite things. But because it's exploded on TikTok and the world's like, it's amazing, I don't want to watch it.
You sound like everyone when like Justin Bieber got really big and then everyone decided that they didn't like his music and it wasn't cool to like his music. And then remember when he came back and I remember my older sister went and she was like, oh, I saw Justin Bieber in concert. And my dad literally looked at her and goes, after all the shit you gave Hanna? And I was like, yeah, you heard it here first, folks.
Heard it here first.
I showed you him on Ellen DeGeneres. You're freaking welcome.
See, and like, it's funny because I'm not sure if that's like my Enneagram 4 type trying to be like an individualist or what, but I think because it's so popular, I want to just be like, to spite, like I've never watched Game of Thrones for the same reason.
Oh, that's funny.
It's awful.
But you know what it could be though? It could be that you have had so much experience of people coming in and asking for the same product and overlooking other products and not maybe trying other brands or just not spending time looking into other products or other brands that work equally good or better, that maybe you just maybe that's kind of like subconscious and then you just kind of write off something. I don't know.
No, I mean that's definitely possible, but yeah, I think this product could be, if you want to spend some money, it's not bad. For me, I didn't have a good, like it's not worth the money to me, and I think it's too hyped when you could literally. I love Burt's Bees. I don't understand why we can't just use Burt's Bees.
Right. And I mean, you totally can. No one is saying you can't.
All right. My second product, sorry, I was taking a nice little sip of my drink post-workout. My second product has a really long name. It is the Kate Somerville Bio-Mimic Peptide Serum Smooth and Firm. This was gifted to me. This product is wicked expensive per Kate Somerville always, but it is $98 for an ounce.
Okay. So just to remind you, the first product I mentioned was also $98, but it was for 1.59 ounces and hers is 1 ounce.
Yeah.
So just comparison. Okay, continue.
To preface, yeah.
Yes.
I will say I used it only in the PM. It lasted me about 8, maybe 9 months. I didn't need very much of it.
Okay.
Part of that might be because I left it in New York when I quarantined in Michigan for 2 months before going back to my apartment.
You can't use that in your month calculation.
I would say maybe 6 months if I'm using it PM only.
So same as mine.
So same as yours.
Yes. Okay.
I will say this product was gifted. I was extremely interested in this line. So they have 2 of this. They're like KX active concentrates. Okay. So they're supposed to be stronger, but super gentle, crazy effective serums you can layer into your routine. You don't have to, or you can mix them with like a moisturizer. And this one has 5 different sizes of peptides, I think is how peptides work. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. Is that what they advertise?
They said 5 different peptides. So whether that be type of peptides.
I don't think that's necessarily the size.
Maybe that's just hyaluronic acid. This is what I'm saying. How long have we worked in the industry? And it still confuses me.
Yeah. Well, they talk about like weights of hyaluronic acid and stuff. And they talk about like size of like zinc oxide particles or whatever. But I think for the peptides, I think you're
different types.
Yeah, it's like amino acids, right? There's different types.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
We sound like idiots.
It's fine. That's why people listen, right, guys?
Yeah.
We're all struggling together. Yeah. But basically, this is a super lifting, firming, hydrating serum. And it's a really nice gel texture, so it absorbed super quickly. And even on my very young 26-year-old skin last year.
Yes.
I did actually notice a little bit of lifting, and I started using this when I was on my like huge weight loss journey. So maybe it has been, maybe it was 8 months because that was like October of 2019 and I just finished it October of 2020 and I didn't use it for about 2 months. So I guess it was 10 months.
Yeah.
And as I was losing, I lost about 50 pounds. I've now gained it back, but I lost about 50 pounds and I was getting quite saggy skin, like on my neck and on my like cheekbones. My cheekbones weren't like as tight as I wanted them. And
when you were losing weight?
When I was losing weight.
Okay.
And this helped like kind of everything into place.
Oh.
And I wasn't expecting that. And it wasn't, I would say, dramatic. I assume someone of an like more mature skin would definitely see a bigger result.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this would be something I'd consider putting into my routine maybe in like 10 years. Like if I was in my like late 30s, it would be something I'd 100% repurchase. I think it's definitely worth the money. Kate Somerville is one of my favorite brands. I think that she does amazing products.
Yeah.
And
her formulas are very well thought out. They're very effective.
They're very intentional.
Yes.
Yeah. And I appreciate that everything she makes is with a sensitive skin in mind.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
So even her, like I'm using her retinol right now. And I will say it's a very strong retinol. So like I'm probably using more than I need to be using. And that's why I'm having issues with it.
Okay.
But even to have a retinol plus vitamin C serum, it doesn't burn my face. It doesn't sting.
Whoa.
And I'm not noticing any additional redness when I'm applying it, which is pretty impressive.
Right.
I'll just sing the praises of Kate Somerville. And I'm also obsessed with her. Like she was doing all these videos during quarantine about like Kate's spa at home and like how she like recommends you use her products. And I would just sit there live with her on Instagram and be like, I love you.
Yeah. She was one of the first. So when I was searching the YouTubes, she was one of the first brands. Well, Bliss was the first brand I found on YouTube. And then Kate Somerville was one of the first brands I found just through like initial research. And her acne line, I want to say it's Anti-Bac, but that doesn't sound right to me.
Anti-Bac.
It is. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. That was those were some of the first high-end anti-acne products I purchased in high school.
Yeah, I'm still using her. It's her redone version of Anti-Bac. It's like her salicylic acne treatment. That's what I'm using right now for my acne, and it's super effective. That's the thing. All her products do exactly what they say, and the science behind them is impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I
really want to get a facial done at her spa once the world is like safe again.
Oh my gosh, I know. I think they're very expensive.
If I had $1 million.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Effective, or it's expensive, but effective.
Effective. Yeah. So that's Kate Somerville, Bio-Mimic Peptides.
Nice. So I'm going to move on to my number 3 product. And okay, this one is not a skincare product, but I wanted to talk about it because it's, I know it's a skincare podcast, but we are talking about beauty. This is from one of my favorite lines. So the brand is Briogeo, which is one of my favorite brands. I said lines before, but I meant brands. I mean, basically everything I've tried from Briogeo I've liked.
Is it Briogeo or Briogeo?
I say Briogeo.
I like Briogeo better, but I was trained at Sephora that it was Briogeo. It might be wrong.
I don't know.
It's quite possible.
I don't know.
I like Briogeo.
I should go back and watch some videos of Nancy Twine and see what she says. I thought it was Briogeo. Okay, now you have me doubting it. Anyway,
I'm so sorry.
It is a fantastic brand. I listened to actually a podcast featuring her, and I believe they said that she had like the number 1 or the fastest growing hair care brand at Sephora or something.
That statistic sounds right to me.
Yes. I mean, this was maybe a year or 2 years ago. But anyway,
she expanded into Ulta. She launched into Ulta.
She did, yes, which is awesome. But yeah, I've tried so many, not so many. I actually want to try more. But anyway, the product that I'm talking about is the Farewell Frizz Rosarco Milk Leave-In Conditioner. So basically, I have used the same leave-in conditioning spray on and off since high school. And I kind of alternate with ones that either catch my interest or are new. So I went to Sephora and I said, I need a new leave-in conditioner. Which do you recommend? The Briogeo one or the Way one? And the woman working there said Briogeo. So I was like, okay, great. Because I wanted to try both. I probably will eventually try the Way one.
Not worth your time.
I know, but I still want to try it because I love her hair oil. Like I love the Way hair oil.
Love that hair oil.
Yeah. So anyway, the leave-in conditioner is $20 for 5 fluid ounces, which is actually, I think, more affordable. And I think it's a pretty good price compared to Kerastase.
Oh, is that what you were using before?
No, the one that I was using before is the Unite 7 Seconds. And every person that has tried it has loved it. So try it, Sarah, and you'll love it. But you can get it online or it's mostly salon. Like you're not going to find it at Ulta. You're not going to find it at Sephora. So you can purchase it directly from them, or again, you can find a salon near you that sells it. That's how I found it, was my hairstylist, the person who cut my hair in high school. She used it and she used Joico. So that's how I found that. So I just used those. And then the woman who cut my hair in Denver also used Unite. So it was super easy for me to not only
keep using
the product, but also it supports the salon.
Yeah.
And I think they make a commission off of the products that they sell.
100%.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, great. I'm more than happy to purchase it from you and obviously not pay shipping.
I do the same exact thing.
Right. Yeah. And support the salon, support, your
stylist.
Yeah. And actually I did the math. So the 7 seconds one is $29.50 for 8 ounces, which means it's actually cheaper per ounce than the Briogeo one. The only thing is the Briogeo one is silicone free. The 7 seconds one is not.
Oh,
don't at me with the silicone stuff.
Okay. So like, here's the thing. It's funny because again, we have very different opinions on things. So like, I am a very big like silicone free advocate because it works for me. I removed silicone from my hair and I instantly had volume in my hair for the first time. And I actually have started to create waves. I didn't think I wouldn't even classify myself as like having wavy hair, but I can create the illusion of waves without that silicone. I've actually used this product. I think I'm almost done with it actually. And I really like
the Briogeo one, to clarify.
The Briogeo one. Yeah.
Yes.
So I love Briogeo as well. I think they're a great brand. I definitely have used up a bunch of their products. I definitely want to try more.
Yes.
I think the only reason I don't use this one more is because it doesn't have a built-in heat protectant. I tend to use the It's a 10 because it is also silicone free.
Oh my God. The It's a 10 one. I tried to use it in college. It made my hair so sticky.
I don't spray it on directly my hair. I spray it on my hand and then rub it together and then like just do it on my ends.
Oh, see, in that case.
But that's how I use this.
What? I spray directly in my tangles and then I wait like 5 seconds and then I brush it out. I'm not putting it. It's not a hair oil. It's this leave-in spray.
But I get really this is not a flex. But my hair is naturally really silky. So if I do that, it looks greasy.
Mine is so tangled. Also, I just want to say the reason that I will not object to using silicones is if you take a strand of my hair and you hold it, it looks like a Christmas tree because it's just flyaway. It does. I have
silicones work for you then. Hair. That's good.
You would think. The number of products I've tried that are like, oh, smoothing conditioner. It does not do a thing. Like I step outside in the humidity, my hair is so frizzy and so huge and looks like a triangle. And even in not humidity, like today I went, I had to go to a lab class. So I, whatever, put some stuff in my hair, put that oil in my hair from Way or whatever. And then I walked and I could see that in the reflection of some of the windows that my hair just looked like really, really frizzy. One of the only ways I don't get flyaways is by blow drying it. And I blow dry my hair about 5 times a year.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't really own a blow dryer. I didn't know how to blow dry my hair. I didn't really experiment. I didn't want to take the extra 5 to 10 minutes out of my morning to blow dry my hair. So I've never been a big hair blow dryer. And I really learned how to blow dry my hair about last year.
Yeah, I got bangs last year, 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago.
I was finally allowed to get rid of my bangs in 8th grade. I'm never going back.
You
looked good with your bangs.
I love my bangs. I'm growing them out into curtain bangs right now because my hairstylist is on maternity leave.
Nice.
So I figured it was a great opportunity to grow them out because I actually initially wanted curtain bangs back in 2019 before they were trendy.
Are they trendy again now?
Oh, they're popping those curtain bangs.
Is it because everyone was like cutting their hair in Corona?
I have no idea. So
everyone comes out with like botched bangs and buzz cuts.
Dude, I don't know what it was. I got my bangs November of 2019 and I got them cut like twice and then Corona happened. I learned how to cut my own bangs. Not great, but like enough to manage.
Right.
And I don't like, everyone's like a girl that gets bangs is having her life like fall apart. And that was like, my life was like falling into place. Like I was like, I am hot shit. Like I am arriving. And then Corona happened and ruined it all.
Right.
But I got them because all I have to do is style my bangs and I can throw everything else in a ponytail and it looks great.
Oh,
so I got it because I used to wear when I was working, especially in the store, I'd wear my hair half up, half down. So I could literally like blast my roots, pull my hair into like a half up, half down look, do my bangs, get on the subway. And by the time I arrived where I was going, the bottom half of my hair and my roots were completely dry and just the ponytail would be a little damp, but it'd look put together.
Right. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. We've gotten really far into hair care.
And I also realized I didn't really say if I would repurchase. So I did purchase this product. Obviously I went to Sephora and I purchased it. I would repurchase it. However, it's not my number one. Again, my number one is the 7 seconds. So that's what I repurchased it with because I kind of feel like I do this. I use the 7 seconds one because it's so good. And then I say, oh, I want to try a new one. And then because the 7 seconds one is so good and I've been using it since I was 14, I always go back to it.
Yeah.
So the Briogeo one is good. I didn't want to repurchase it just yet.
Okay. So my next product is a cheapish moisturizer.
Yeah.
It's the Sephora. I thought it was called the Sephora 3.0 because my jar literally says Sephora 3.0. And I Googled it today to try and like find more information on it. It is called the Sephora Nourishing Moisturizer. No mention of the 3.0, but basically it's part of the Sephora Clean. I'm not sure if we've ever defined what Sephora Clean means, but it's a classification.
I don't think we need to. We're not
very briefly.
We're not a Sephora
very briefly. You have to go through a screening process. You aren't allowed to use a list of ingredients.
Yes, it's a classification process. For Sephora Clean, let's just call it a classification process, and you have to submit your ingredient list, and then based off. And again, I did not work on the Sephora account on the back end, so there could be more steps to this. But basically, what they did is they created their own clean, and it's also a way for them to market those brands and highlight them in store and online because they affix that little symbol to them.
Correct.
Yeah.
And as a previous Sephora associate, it's a great and it's also clean. It doesn't really mean that product's better. It just means that it's gone through a screening process and it doesn't include certain ingredients.
Yes.
So the Sephora collection, their skincare line is Sephora Clean.
Yeah.
And might I add, I got trained by a Sephora educator when this line launched. And I looked at something and I was like, But this ingredient's on the Sephora clean line. He's like, well, it's our own brand. We can do what we want. And I quote, so
whoa,
maybe take it with a grain of salt. That's some really big insider tea. Not that it's tea, like I was trained on it, but
right.
I was basically told like, we can do whatever we want. And I was like, that's interesting.
What ingredient was it? You don't remember? It's fine if you don't remember. Just make a note. And
it might have been the fragrance. Because I remember that one of the classifications it has to have less than 0.5% of synthetic fragrance.
Yes.
And I remember looking and like being like, fragrance is really high on this ingredient list. Is it less than 0.5%?
It is. Okay. So here's the thing. Does that mean that if they're following their own guidelines, so either they don't classify that as synthetic fragrance, right? A, or B, if they just classify that as fragrance, whatever, that means that everything below it is less than 0.5%.
That is correct.
Because ingredients list goes from highest concentration to lowest concentration. Lowest concentration, if anyone was wondering. Yeah.
Yes. So I think that might have been it. It was like 3 years ago at this point, so I don't honestly remember.
Yeah.
I think that might have been what it is. I was like, there's a lot of added fragrance in this. But this moisturizer retails for $17 and you get 1.69 ounces. I bought this in March when I got home from the pandemic and realized I had originally thought I was staying for 3 weeks. Yeah. I stayed for 3 months. Yeah. So I did not really pack accordingly. AKA I just started running out of product and I knew that I had this stockpile in New York and I knew I was going to move out in like a month after that. So I didn't want to spend a ton of money and I had known this moisturizer based on my Sephora training and it is fan-freaking-tastic. 100% would repurchase.
Yeah.
100%. I've made you buy it. I've made like 3 other people buy it. It is, I think the Sephora collection line as a whole is a really good, cheaper alternative. I think
it is very
really
underrated.
Good quality, super underrated. This is a really nice, it's thicker cream, but I feel like it hydrates and absorbs quickly, which for me is like my biggest thing. Like I want it to be rich, but I want it to absorb. This one has 3 different oils in it. I want to say it's marula, avocado, and rose or apricot. I don't remember exactly.
Because those are the same.
So it does definitely have. Yeah,
I'm kidding.
It has 3 oils.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just super nourishing. There's nothing more I can say other than like, if you need a moisturizer, go buy it because it is just that great.
And I will say that I was drawn to this because, okay, so here's the thing, and Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, but does this say made in the EU? And does it, because you have it in front of you, or does it say made in France? Because I've been to France. I've gone to the Sephora's in France. Obviously, they have Sephora collections. Sephora is a French company. They have
made in France.
Okay. They have different products there than they offer in the US, obviously. For example, I bought an SPF 50 there back in college. It was amazing. I used it when I was skiing.
From Sephora collection?
Yes. And I couldn't find it in the US. So all I'm saying is that if it's made in France, it's going to have to go by, right, the EU regulations, which are much stricter than the US ones. So for me, that's a positive. 2, obviously, it's super, super affordable. I was looking at this as basically this is the dupe for the Drunk Elephant Lala.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention, I bought this in March, like I said. I used it consistently every night, and it took me about 8 months to go through. Because I didn't need very much.
It's super rich. You don't need a lot. The one thing I will say about this is that I wish it didn't smell so strong. I do not need fragrance to make or break a product. Well, okay. I do not need fragrance to make a product for me. I'm fine with it.
But it can break a product.
It can break a product. Yeah. Because it smells way too strong. I was also going through a breakout phase when I was using this. So I eliminated it and went back to a moisturizer that I had really loved and I knew didn't break me out. I know that Jay really loves this moisturizer, so I think I'm going to...
I've sold it to a lot of boyfriends. Sold it. I've recommended it.
Yeah.
I'm still in my Sephora. Like I literally,
during
nourishing. Christmas shopping, I went to Sephora to pick up something as a gift. And my friend who was with me had just said like, hey, my husband's breaking out. I don't want to spend a lot of money, but he's so dry. What can you recommend? I was like, does he care that it has a pink top? Great. Here you go. And he ended up calling me and was like, thanks for helping with my skin.
Right. It is a really good moisturizer. This one is great. And then the other one I would say is good.
HA is what it's, the hyaluronic acid one.
No, it's from a different brand. It's from CV Skid Labs. It's a smaller brand, and they have a moisturizer. It's more expensive. It's $49. But if anyone that has a boyfriend who's super sensitive or super red or sunburned or irritated skin, that is a fantastic product because it's made for super red and sensitive skin. It's just a little bit on the pricier side, but it doesn't have any fragrance or anything in it.
I'm gonna have to try that one for my super red skin.
Oh my God, I can't believe I haven't told you about that. It's so good.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's to go on your point, sorry, I forgot to mention this. It's quite possible also Sephora collection redoes their products, I feel like every 6 months. Like I feel like every 6 to 8 months, there's like this whole new slew of products I've never seen. And they maybe keep like their liquid lipsticks.
Wait,
and
you mean they don't redo their products? You mean they just kind of add to the line and take away?
Yeah. So like they will just completely, and like when they launched this Sephora collection skincare in store, we completely wiped out everything that existed in the Sephora collection skincare line before and relaunched with, I think, like 6 products. Right. And I did just see on Skincare Newsletter today, they are introducing like sleeping masks.
Oh, I saw
which
that.
They had 6 months ago.
Yeah.
They look really nice. They're definitely upping this like natural, clean line.
Right.
And technically that one isn't clean, but because it's in the same section, it looks like it is.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, which one isn't clean? What they just launched?
Anything with that like fruit decal on it. I feel like those makeup wipes are not clean. They're fragranced as heck.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't tried them.
They're good. I like them.
Yeah.
But Sephora collection in general, hidden gem. Their makeup, their skincare.
Yeah, and they have exfoliating pads that are really, really good.
They are so good.
They come in a white jar with a green top. And I cannot remember what they're
like glycolic.
Yes, they're so good.
So good.
Gentle. Do not make me red. Do not make me itchy. I love it. If you need pads to travel with, try those. Not the Pixie. Try the Sephora ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, your last product, Hanna.
I forgot that.
We're there.
That one was yours. So my very last product is one that I found. Okay, I found this at HomeGoods. No, TJ Maxx. I was
gonna say HomeGoods doesn't sell beauty.
Right. I was like, okay, it's one of those stores that I like. Okay, so here's the thing with TJ Maxx. You can find products there. Just check the labels, check the expiration date. And then just, make sure that it's like not opened or whatever. So this is the Marc Jacobs Youthquake Hydra-full Retexturizing Gel Cream Moisturizer.
A mouthful.
Ooh, it's a mouthful. I got the travel size version of it. I don't remember what the price was, but because it's obviously
like 23.
Yeah, it was also
it
was also at like TJ Maxx, so I think it was a little bit under, but the full price is $59 for 1.7 ounces, right, which is 50 mils. So
that was me trying to whistle. Sorry, it was very poor. That's a lot.
It is on the higher end of moisturizers, definitely. You're obviously paying for the name. The packaging is pretty. It's pretty kind of chunky, it's like a bigger jar, and then you open it and then you see that the actual pot is quite a small diameter.
I hate that.
This felt okay. It felt like a silicone primer going on my face. It did not feel like how I like moisturizers to feel. I understand that people who are oily skinned, or even here in the summer, you want a lighter gel moisturizer, but this also had that silicone primer feel to it, and I did not love it. I ended up using the rest of it on my arms, and then I had that feeling on the back of my arms instead of moisturized and soft as like primery. So I would not recommend, and I would not repurchase. I do love my Marc Jacobs bag. I'm not loving this moisturizer.
And I love Marc Jacobs Beauty. I love their beauty products.
I heard their bronzer is awesome.
Bronzer. I have a highlight. I love their eyeliners and their mascaras. Their eye products, wonderful.
Okay.
But I think this is something that we might be able to do an episode on in the future. There is something that universally is like my Pride and Prejudice. There is a truth universally acknowledged that when makeup brands do skincare, lot of the times there's always something that bothers me. Like there are very few cases where a makeup brand has transitioned into skincare 100% successfully. On the off, like the only brand I can think of that I really, really enjoyed.
Charlotte Tilbury? Her magic cream people love. And also I mentioned Bobbi Brown before, and I haven't tried it. But
I've heard good things.
Her moisturizer and her eye cream, like her, I want to say face base, maybe that's what it's called. I don't know. But
vitamin, face base.
Yeah. So I mean, I've always been intrigued by it, but I've never tried it. But again, it's like started primarily obvious as a makeup brand and went into skincare, but I don't know.
I think the only one I could realistically think is like Estee Lauder. And I don't remember if they started as makeup or they started as skincare. And I haven't tried their skincare, but that's one of the only brands where like I feel like the hype of their skincare is equal to the hype of their makeup. Mm-hmm. And I feel like both are very culty. All of like Huda Beauty's skincare line, I'm sure some people love it. I've tried 2 products. Mm-hmm. They just don't do it for me. Same with Tarte, Too Faced. I love their makeup.
Too Faced does skincare? I didn't even know that.
A whole line. And like, there's nothing wrong with expanding your brand. I don't want to get too into this because I feel like it's a little bit negative, but I think there's something very specific that happens even when Fenty did it, where like Fenty beauty skincare is okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I think that might be the most successful out of like their products actually work and like I don't hate them.
Mm-hmm. In terms of successful, in terms of your opinion.
Both. I think the Fenty skincare line has been very successful. My opinion is like a 6 out of 10.
Oh, you mean like commercially, like you mean
commercially recognized?
Because you said successful, so you mean successful in terms of well received, and then I think successful in terms of you I'm so sorry. It. Okay, got it.
Yes, thank you for correcting me.
No, just clarifying, just making sure I understand.
Yeah, so like I just think that when a skincare brand transitions into beauty, they know how to formulate in a way.
And by beauty, you mean makeup?
Makeup. Thank you. Okay. Sorry.
I just wanted to be clear because I want everyone listening to understand and myself to understand.
No, it's smart. My words are not all the way there today, but I feel like when a skincare brand transitions into makeup, I almost never have any qualms with it. Whereas like when a makeup brand transitions into skincare, it is always that line of like, is it actually skincare or are you just looking to make extra money and expand your portfolio?
I mean, I think it's the same. I have the same thoughts and I don't know why. And it could be that maybe subconsciously or not subconsciously, like in my past, I've tried, and I can't remember, I've tried skincare products or I've looked into skincare products from a makeup company and I'm just like, this just doesn't excite me. I can go across the aisle and get something much better for the same price or for less expensive. So there is something there, which I share. I definitely share.
So maybe we could do, if you guys are interested in hearing about that more, I feel like I could write down some thoughts and like formulate it a little bit more articulately than what I'm saying currently. But
just like brands that have like expanded or like what we've tried or whatever from, like makeup brands that have then expanded into skincare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But my last product of the night is the Kora Organics Noni Night. So this is this is Miranda Kerr's brand. I don't hear a lot about Kora Cosmetics. I know it's big.
What did you just say?
World, but like
it's Miranda Kerr.
Kerr? What I say?
Yeah. Car? Did you say car?
I 100%.
I was like, did I just hear that right? Okay, I'm so sorry that came off bitchy.
No, it didn't. I definitely have rubbed off a good chunk of this packaging. Which I can't tell if that's because it's well loved or it just sat in my shelf for a long time because spoiler, wasn't super exciting to me and kind of had to force myself to finish it
off. That makes me so sad.
I will say, I think the cadence to that is this is an certified organic product.
Yeah.
It is a natural AHA resurfacer.
So it's similar to the first product I tried.
Exactly. Okay. I think this product, it retails for $72 for 1.01 ounces.
Pricey.
In line with things like Good Genes or the Biossance lactic acid, it's actually on par. That's about the same as those other ones.
Okay. More expensive per ounce than mine, but on par with other offerings at Sephora.
Correct. And I would say I would classify it more with those other offerings because it is an AHA resurfacer. It's not a retinol. So it isn't doing as much as yours. It's just an AHA, BHA. And it's natural. Right. So they're I don't remember. I think it had like the willow bark in it.
Yeah. And lactic acid.
I think personally you would love this product.
Probably.
For me, I feel like it wasn't oomphy enough. Like I will say, I did get this gifted to me. I think I did notice it was very brightening and it smoothed, but I did not notice any texture removal. That might be, let me rephrase.
You said it's smooth.
Let me rephrase. Yes, it's smooth. So I will say like it made my skin look smooth.
Okay.
I didn't feel the smoothness.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And I think one of the things that might have affected the way I view this is I have finished my bottle of Good Genes, which is like one of my all-time favorite lactic acid treatment. I got a sample of the Biossance lactic acid, which is like, also fun fact, my skin loves lactic acid. My skin responds to lactic acid very, very quickly. Like I saw results with Good Genes in 2 days. I used the Biossance sample for 4 days and saw a result.
Oh, wow.
I did not have that experience with this product. And I don't think it's this product's fault. I think it's just that because I was using really strong clinical and like that Biossance lactic is like a powerhouse. I think this is for a specific person. I do not think I am Kora's market audience.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So I think I don't want to like bash this product because it didn't work for me.
I mean, I definitely want to try it. It's on my list of products to try. Actually, right now on my face, I have her Noni Glow sleeping mask. I want to try her Noni Glow oil.
I love her Noni Glow oil. I will say I've tried that and I really like that.
Yeah.
I would be intrigued to try her day serum because
I've noticed vitamin C serum. What is
it's that? It's a vitamin C. Yeah. And I think it might have, no, I'm thinking about the Volition strawberry.
Oh my God, I want to try that one so badly. That has been on my list. Like just Volition in general is just a line I really want to try.
SPF.
And that strawberry serum, it gets me every time I go into Sephora. Well, not now because
but every time we would go to Sephora, you would look at it and be like, should I get it?
I know. It's because I had such a backlog of vitamin C serums to use. I just, it's like I can't be stocking up on that.
No, I totally agree. And I've noticed, so I did have to I got a full size product of the Drunk Elephant vitamin C and I got it from a rep and bless her. It was a super generous gift. I did not expect it. And I'd always want to try it. And I opened it and it was dark and it clearly gone bad. And I tried it twice and it was no bueno, which is so sad because I wanted to try it. But
once it's oxidized,
it's done.
I would not use that.
I've noticed I'm interested to try a natural vitamin C because I'm using the Sunday Riley CEO and it's like a 15% THC ascorbic. I get a little tingly from it.
THC? We're talking about weed again?
No, it's oh shit.
CEO.
It's a type of ascorbic acid that's stabilized.
Okay.
TCH maybe.
Just as a side note, Dr. Shireen Idris, she is a dermatologist that worked with Allure and her video, like Day in the Life or whatever, went viral. And so she has created her own YouTube channel, especially within quarantine. She just released a video last week or something about vitamin C. And she talks about how like stabilization and different types of vitamin C and different formulations and products to recommend. So I'm not going to be necessarily, obviously right now, not recommending any. I'll talk about the vitamin C's that I like. Sarah will talk about vitamin C's that she likes. But if you guys are really interested in learning about vitamin C and incorporating that into your routine and getting ideas, she is a great resource. So I highly recommend looking her up on the YouTubes or Instagram because she has a very
you're starting it too. Video. The YouTubes.
Yeah.
Affected you. Yeah. It's fun.
Yes, it is fun.
Got really close to the mic. Sorry. I leaned forward. I was excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Kora in general is just not a brand. Like I'm such a results driven human and my skin I've noticed can tolerate my skin.
I mean, really it just didn't work for your skin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I will still try it because I think
you would like it. Like based on your skin, I think you would like it. And I think my girls that like that kind of vibe,
and
like
guys.
that natural and guys, sorry, humans.
Yes.
Humans that prefer to be having like that very gentle approach to skincare will love it.
Okay.
I tend to be a like gentle, but like on the cusp. So I
attack my skin, but not too much. Okay.
But like, it's like that Alanis Morissette quote where it's like, I like pain, but only when it doesn't hurt. Like that's like,
oh, dang.
Like that's
I'm not even going to get into what came into mind when you said that.
I think I definitely need a new lactic acid / exfoliating serum. So I think I want to try, I have the Honeymoon Glow. That's what I have on the.
Such a classic.
I'm waiting for my skin to get through the retinol phase, and then I will add that. I'll alternate them. So.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, don't add that.
No, God, I should have known better. I do know better.
Don't double layer that.
No.
So in editing, we realized that our outro was not good, and this is our fifth try recording an outro because I just have the giggles and I keep messing up Sarah. So this is our outro. Thank you so much for listening. We're very not shocked, but I think it's hard when
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, overwhelmed. There's just been a lot of support and we're so happy and thankful. So we really do appreciate everyone who listens and subscribes and rates us and sends us messages on Instagram. That is one of the most fun things of our day, is just getting these questions and getting your recommendations on products that you love and products that we should try. So please continue to, thank you and continue to do that. But yeah, so our Instagram is barefaced.podcast. And our email is barefaced.podcast@gmail.com. And then we did decide to launch a Facebook page this week. So that is up and live. Super exciting. Pow, 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 pow. I said it much more exciting in the prior takes, and I apologize for that. But that is Barefaced, a beauty podcast, I believe is the identifier on Facebook. Yes.
So we were hoping that we could have a little bit more community engagement. You guys could have a chance to talk with each other a little bit more and not just with us. But yeah, I'm overwhelmed. I'm so thankful for all the people that have sent us messages and comments and given us video podcast suggestions. One day I'll learn the lingo. We should put it on a t-shirt. One day I'll learn the lingo. And I'm very excited, and I can't wait to continue making these awesome podcasts for you.
Yes. Yeah, we're super excited. So thank you again. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.